Hello there. It's me, Free Spirit. No braids. I'm about to do a coconut oil treatment. It's been a little bit windy out and kind of dry. So, for sure spending the day in the house today because it's very windy and you may hear that in the background because this house sounds like a horror movie when the wind blows sometimes. But I feel like it's just the house breathing, doing a big exhale and clearing. So kind of off and on rainy, pretty chilly. Marco's here. She's been very clingy. Everybody else is sleeping. So I just kind of set everything up very quickly. It's the way I do it, I guess, because I don't want to lose my momentum or my interest. And I wanted to share it with you because I think it's pretty relaxing. So does Marco. I know what's going on with her. She's becoming more interested in me. So, I am Marco. Okay. Thank you, my darling. I need this space. You need to go somewhere else. So anyway, this year I'm kind of more motivated for the spring than usual because I have help this year. I have a situation that worked out just perfectly. So one of my relatives is living next door in the small house, and in exchange for having a place to stay and to keep all his things when he goes off to go visit family and things, he's retired as well. He does so much stuff around here in exchange for having a place to live. So he really does a lot of things just because he really enjoys it. So we're building this beautiful garden. I keep looking over there because it's over there. And I'm still going to do the one on the porch as well. So with his help, he's got the muscle and I guess he's got the funds because he's replacing a lot of things that were broken. I was just going to sort of MacGyver everything back together again and surround it with some mesh and protect it from, the critters and everything. But he's doing hardware cloth and he redid all the picket fence and built, I'll show you the whole thing. It's almost done. I've been painting and he's been rototilling the dirt before all of these storms so that we can really soak it in and also get rid of any weeds that are in there, any old seeds from the weeds and the grasses that took over the place. So I think it's going to be very successful this year. So it's March. We made it to March. It's coming in like a lion, going out like a lamb. So some things I'm going to germinate early and I'm going to do them in the house. And I'll do succession, so every week or two I'll do a little bit more, maybe of a bunch of the different things. So we have things coming to fruit or vegetable at different times, especially the greens. So I have a little surface to put down. I got this just a couple days ago in anticipation of more rainy, messy, in and out of the house weather. So in my laundry area, the front entry, I got this fabulous carpet. The bottom is rubberized so it doesn't slip. And it's kind of a dark gray. It's the same style as the bath mat that I have, which is a nice cream color. It's very absorbent. It works really well and it dries fast. So this is advertised as a dog carpet for muddy paws, or wet paws, and wet boots. So I'm excited to have this in my entryway. But until then, I thought I'd use it in this video. Nice and soft. Ooh, sounds like the ocean for sure. Alright, now we'll save that to the end. So I've got a lot of things. I'm starting kind of fresh. I have a system which is so practical. Makes a lot of sense. This is a little sturdier than what I've been using for the past 10 years, which were kind of, I think, meant to be kind of disposable, but I keep using the same ones, but eventually they crack and they leak and they drip all over the house. So this time I went with a sturdier plastic, and it's this very smart system. These are all the inserts. Optical illusion looking at them. There's 10 trays here, and I like that they are clear. And they all have a little drain hole at the bottom. Pretty sturdy. I mean, you could squish them and probably crack them, but I think I'll get more than one use out of them. And this part you could always replace. So those set inside the base. So it comes as 10 pieces. And it's pretty sturdy. I'm only going to use these for germinating inside the house anyway. Yeah, they're very well made. And I like that it has the little ridges in there, which keep the bottom of the roots from touching. So you can water from underneath. Or you could just let it drain, and then you can empty it and pour it out that little spout. So I'll take one of these and set it right down inside, just like that. Nice and sturdy, and you can start a dozen of one thing or a few things that sort of require the same amount of light and water and heat, so you could actually move it around. It's much more modular, which I really like, because, you know, having a big tray with like 20 of these in it and trying to balance it, and if there's water underneath and all of that, kind of tricky. Plus, if you get a crack in it, the whole thing's useless. But with these, you have 10 separate ones, so I love that. And then it comes with its dome, which is even a little heavier plastic. But it's so great because it's nice and tall, so it'll last until the plants have, 3 or 4 sets of leaves, probably. And it increases the humidity and holds in the heat as it's germinating. And then on the top, there's a vent with holes. And it sits on top. It doesn't really lock on, but it sits nicely. And it came with the little vent covers. And these just pop on top. There's a little bit that sticks out on one side, and there's a hole in the middle here. So you just put it on and squeeze it till it clicks a tiny bit. And then you can adjust the amount of air that goes in, the amount of humidity that it creates. And that sits on top. It does overhang the edge, so it's not like you can hit it and knock it off, but it's not locked into place or anything. Isn't it cute? So I'll have 10 of these. That's more than enough to get started. And I'll show you some of the seeds that I'm going to start first. Now I do have my little herb garden out front, a circular garden that I'm going to dig out and start some things in there too, or transfer some of the herbs that I start in here. So that's the system. I'll put it all back together. All right now. All right. And as I germinate and grow things and put them outside, then I can reuse those to make the next batch. And then this big thing over here, I just brought in out from outside because I had to hose it off. It was kind of dusty. Hello, hello, hello. This is a seed mat. A seed mat which is heated for germination. So in the house when it's chilly back here, I can control the temperature of the seeds. So, it has a long cord. And it's pretty big. I'll open it this way for you. See what I mean? It's very long. I can fit all of the little germinator boxes on here for sure. It says place the mat in a well-drained surface without standing water. For warmer mat temperatures, place it on an insulated surface rather than a cold floor. Covering your plant trays with a humidity cover or dome will also keep root area warmer and maintain humidity control for better rooting. I know you think this is for you, lady, but it's not really. And here on the mat, it shows the temperature ranges in Fahrenheit and centigrade. that is optimal for most seed germination, which is between 70 and 85, especially for peppers. No, Margot, no. And maintaining this temperature, it will show approximate days for germination. This list, that's going to be hard to see. It's in the shadow. Thanks, Margot. You have to take my word for it. It has all the vegetables and herbs, basically. Basil, broccoli, cabbage, cucumber, tomato, squash, spinach, geranium, endive, arugula, aubergine, petunia. So this will be laid out across a long coffee table that I have, and then on the other end you plug that into the wall, but then in between you add this controller. A lot of wires. It's a good setup. So this is an automatic, it's a thermostat. So it'll display the current temperature of the mat, and then you can set it for maximum and minimum, and it will maintain the temperature of the mat. And then you have this long cord, which has a sensor on the end, and you can put that into the soil, or you can just put it under the cover of one of the boxes, or you can just put it in the general area a little bit above the mat so you can see if the temperature is maintaining for you. But I didn't really have any problems with it. I just want to make sure that I had it set to not get too high or go too low. It worked beautifully. So that will go there. Mashing and bashing. And then Margot likes this mat. Okay, this is not for you. So the next step in preparation is adding organic seed starter and some vermiculite together. I like that they sent it to me in a zippered bag because I am messy, and this stuff is messy. It has a Ziploc. I can reseal it. Vermiculite is used to improve aeration and help with germination, fends off fungus and diseases, and slowly releases nutrients for improved growth. And I was going to be very knowledgeable and look up vermiculite so I could tell you all about it. Because other than I know that it helps to hold moisture in the soil, in the planting mix, and it also lightens the planting mix. I don't really remember how they get it or what it is. So if you know, you can let me know. And then here's the seed starter mix for the organic. I think this should be enough to fill all of my boxes, all the seed starters. I'm comparing this one this year. This is Espoma organic seed starter. It's enriched with mycotone for stronger roots, which is, I'm going to read the back and find out. This improves moisture retention, promotes root growth for all seedlings and cuttings. I'm going to be starting with seeds. It says Espoma Organic Seed Starter is a premium blend of the finest natural ingredients and is especially formulated to grow seedlings and cuttings. It contains sphagnum, peat moss, perlite, yucca extract, and mycotone, a blend of endo and ecto mycorrhizae. That is fungus? No. Yeast? No. Espoma Organic Seed Starter helps to promote root growth. Oh, fungi. I was right. Fungus. Ectomycorrhizal fungi. A total of 122 propagules per cc, per cubic centimeter of the following 3 specimens. Oh, goodness. So there are 3 Latin names, and then endomycorrhizal fungi, there's 4 different species. So there should be a lot of nutrition in here, which is really not necessary for the seeds. Not until they start growing a bit. But I'll be thinning it out with the vermiculite too. So it definitely should be light enough. I'm going to get some good germination. So that'll be my next rainy day project. I'll probably start in a week or so. And these are the seeds so far, the new seeds that I've gotten. I have some still ready to order. Trying to hold off so I don't start them too early. But we decided we're going to do a lot of natural pest control. So we're going to be planting herbs and flowers also around all the area where we're putting our plants for our vegetable garden. So one of the good ones is marigolds. That's good for mosquitoes, but we don't really have mosquitoes in the desert. But it also helps with the ants. So we'll get started with one planting of these, and then we'll continue to add as we get the garden going. And I'm going to do some herbs. I'm going to start them indoors. I've got some nice cilantro, which grew very well in the herb garden last year, and some basil, which I never really got going very well. I'm going to start a little earlier inside, and some arugula. I'm going to do a lot of greens on the front porch. I'll show you that. I'm moving everything around. I'll still have a little fountain for the hummingbirds and the feeders, and my planter boxes I'll do again, but I'm going to set it up a little differently. And organic peas, 2 different kinds. I want to have the vines going up on our cute little picket fences with some stakes. I have dwarf gray sugar pod and Oregon sugar pod. they're organic, so safe for bees. And then I have this package, which has a combination of seeds. This is a hot and sweet pepper garden. So these are the different chilies and peppers. You have Anaheim, cayenne, habanero, Hungarian wax, jalapeno, hot red cherry, serrano, banana pepper, California Wonder Bell, and Cubanelle, which I've not had before. So my cousin likes hot peppers too, and I do too. So we're going to grow everything to make salsa. We're going to do tomatillos and tomatoes and peppers and cilantro and lots of other things. Too many things probably. But now we have a lot of space and very good soil. And I have all of my pots still outside, all of my grow bags. And I have a lot of markers still. They're already made out, so I just have to match them. Bell pepper, jalapeno, cauliflower, beefsteak tomato, cucumber, zucchini, all the good stuff. So these are plastic, but that's all I have of those. And then I have good old tongue depressors. I still have a bunch of these somewhere. And they're okay for the beginning, just to mark the boxes. They don't do well once they get outside, because if they get wet. I use the Sharpies, the very fine point Sharpies. I have this one. It's pretty fine. And then I have this one, which is even finer. Oh, it's like a needle. So I can use those. And also, this is for maybe. Let's see how motivated I get. But between my cousin's ideas and mine, I may actually plot out our garden and get the dimensions and then decide where we're planting things before we start. Because this is, can you see? Maybe not. It's a dotted grid notebook. So I think it's going to be perfect for gardening. I can just shape the layout of the garden with the where we're going to plant the companion plants and where we're going to put the flowers, the edible flowers for the nester show and see how they do too. It's going to be really fun. And as always, I like to combine a little bit of the seeds and the idea of the fertility, fruition, and do a little crystal energy boost. They love to be part of the whole process of starting the garden. And yeah, so I still have some nice stones out there, and I'll add to it once we get our design in place. But I'll use this beautiful Lemurian laser point just to connect the seeds that have been sitting and waiting. I'm going to enrich them with this beautiful crystal energy. I also have the Kumbaba jasper, which is really great for the garden, because this is like ancient memories. These are fossils of algae that are, millions of years old. They're good for the garden. I may take them out with me when we start doing work out there. I'll have a lot of my outdoor rocks and stones from different places that I'll put around you. Kumbaba jasper. Oh, yes. And that's it. I'm just going to be looking forward to starting. Not too early, not too late. Using my little tools to poke a hole, drop the seeds. So relaxing and meditative. So hopefully this year we'll manage to get a good variety. I'm going to start my potatoes also in the next few days. So what about you? Are you going to do garden this year? If I could even just get a couple of containers of some nice herbs just to freshen up stuff when you're cooking, it'd be really good. Then you can just take a little bit, pinch a little bit here and there, and keep the plant growing instead of wasting supermarket nonsense that goes bad so fast. Riley, as he gets older, his hearing is not so good, so he likes to be a little closer so he knows that I haven't left the house. So just end with some nice quiet sounds. And send you some crystal energy. Fresh crystal energy. Give you a boost of positive energy. Closing your energy field so nothing can disturb you while you sleep. Surrounding you with white golden light. That's it. Beautiful nature. Create the dreams for you. Beauty, bounty, and cooperation. Contentment.